Well, everyone, good morning and welcome back to the Nitwit Network. I am your host, Chef. We have a different kind of episode for you today. Today is the very last full day for Season 2. Tomorrow morning, Anarchy descends upon this server after one final world save. And after that, it's gone. It's all gone. Only to be memorialized in a world save, and there is more to come on that, so stay tuned. Not all is lost. The world download will be available for anyone who is able to download Minecraft Worlds, and so we're certainly going to have the download in my house. My son wants to inherit my base and and kind of, continue on my journey here. So I thought today I would just take a little bit of time and do an extended base tour with you guys. Oh, it must have come nighttime. Um, just do a little base tour with you guys, show you around, and just kind of relive some of the memories of Rocketcraft Season 2, my very first season here with this group. And I cannot express how excited I am for 9 Lives special event and Season 3 to start up. So, guys, I'm not going to yap any longer. Let's just throw some music in the background, real low, nice and quiet, and we'll go around and we'll do a tour of my base. So, let's get to it. Well, we're going to start the tour off in the Hobbit Hole. I called it the Hobo Hole. There's some lore behind that, and yeah. So this is a this was a cave in the side of this mountain, and it was quite large. I didn't have to do very much digging. I actually had to do some filling in to make this. But I wanted the Hobbit house. It was my first one. And so, yeah, this is the front door here. So when you walk in, you're in the bedroom, living room, music room. Up here you have a lovely little grandfather's clock. In here there's some storage and a little workstations and just a nice little place to get some work done. Here is our little grow operation. Doc M77 inspired me to grow some tomatoes. And back here is kind of like the private enchanting and portal area. We have a nice little secret cut through to get back to the living room. Just in case you're ever back in there and, somebody comes sneaking in through the front door, you could just bounce real quick. Make them think that you went into the nether, but no. So that was the Hobbit Hole. It's a very small build. Now we'll come down the stairs and we'll look back up at it. So we'll get to that. This was the first larger build that I did. This is my barn. It just remained empty downstairs. I didn't really do anything with the downstairs, but upstairs, this was my first real kind of home. That bed right there has been where I sleep the majority of the time throughout this entire season. And so this was just kind of where I had kept all of my stuff originally. And over on the side over here, we've got some little stables. This is a custom pond that I put in, and it leads into a creek, which we'll go down here in just a second. But this little display area is kind of like the special mobs. So you've got a Grum, you've got a Jeb sheep, and you've got a skeleton horse. So the pond flows into a creek here and just kind of splits and works its way down to the sea. But we got some nice little bridges that go over the creeks. This was one of my first big main portals here, and back behind here is just kind of the entrance down to where I mine. This was natural as well. And then I started clearing this area out for some more villagers, but it's too late in the season. But if you do the world download, you've got a spot cleared out for a bunch of stonemasons, armor smiths, toolsmiths, and weaponsmiths. Yeah, it's a great place for them. So anyway, over here is one of my little villager areas. This one just has some farmers, and they buy carrots and pumpkins. The pumpkins are created right down here. And I worked it out to where if I stand right here under this lantern, I am both growing carrots and pumpkins at the same time. And the carrots are in that building right over there. Now we won't be able to see what's going on because I do have RTX enabled right now. But no, you can kind of see through this side. So got just a standard single chunk carrot farm in there. This guy is going away picking carrots, and the LA is going just right behind him and dumping them. The hungry villager mechanic doesn't always work. It seems to get broken from time to time. And fixing that farm is a nightmare. And so instead of fixing it anymore, I just decided to pop an LA in there, and he does the job. He does it well. Out here is my little smoker's hut, and it rarely gets used. But anyway, this is a fun little place for people to come and hang out when we're just wanting to be safe from mobs and have a good time. We'll get in there and sit in there and have a lot of laughs. So, and head back away from the hut and continue our journey. We're going to take a little shortcut. Alright. Here is a semi-automatic crop farm. There's a button up on that corner over there that when you press, the water comes out and flushes all these down into this water stream and then puts them into these chests here. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You guys have seen this all before. We'll stay on... Nope, we need to go to the high road. We'll take the high road. Because right over here is my axolotl habitat. In here, you will find every axolotl, including the blue ones. And I just made a nice little home for them. It has a feeding system that... Yeah, it works, but it is what it is. It was set up to take diamonds, but I just ended up just kind of rigging it to where anyone can do it for free. But anyway, when you put a diamond in the dispenser and press the button, it would release some tropical fish into the tank, and all the axolotls would go nuts. Nice little park bench to sit at and, watch the axolotls. Isn't it cute? So this is a game that I built. I just call it Trident Toss. It's a fun little time passer. It is quite difficult on the hardest difficulty setting, to where you have to get a perfect bullseye, because with the Trident, it's not as easy. So usually play on the next to most difficulty level. I've found that for the level of players that I play with, that is a very good difficulty level. It makes it not too short, not too long. But yeah, moving on. This is my little riverside market. I had a lot of problems coming up with a design for market stalls, and I ended up just reaching out to my community and saying, hey, who's got a market stall idea in their head that they just need to get out and come over here and build me a few of them? And I just kind of put some stuff on the ground where I want them. And one of our server members, Jedi, came over and knocked it out of the park, including this little Karuza, this little cart here. And yeah, so it's a cute little riverside market. This is basically all the things that you kind of like accumulate on your base during the day, kind of place to be. So, you know, any sheep that get killed, that's where their wool goes. The chickens and the squids that die around the base. Cows, their leather goes here, you know, just whatever. This right here, there's a lot of dogs and a lot of horses on my base, and you know, if people want any one of those things, here you go. Here's the means to do so. Our little guy, I think. Do I have to? Yeah, find an animal, take it home. These little guys talk to you. Hungry? Take what you need. So this guy going exploring, make boots. Animal byproducts. Oh, I need to eat something. So yeah, and so then there's a bunch of food over here, just kind of randomly accumulates, and then of course my golden carrots. Over here, this one never had any items installed, and this one just has some nothing. And then I put rockets over here. And so the thought here is that honestly, if you're coming by my base and you're in need of something, anything over in this market is just free. Just come get it. I guess next we will go into the museum. It's getting dark, so let's go over here and sleep real quick. Now, this build was meant to be my forever home, and I ended up making it not. Just for whatever reason, I decided that this was going to be left a museum for display purposes and just a decorative kind of place, you know, and so whoever inherits it was storage all on this wing of the museum. This was all storage, and then like a little dinner meeting area over here. But I ended up making a storage silo and just not doing this as a home. This is a museum. Over here, we've got our trick little honey vaders. There's a bubble column back behind there you can't see. But with honey not being a full block, if you walk into the corner, that bubble column catches you and brings you up. 2 ways down, you can slide down, or because there is no fall damage on honey, you can just pop down. Okay, so the upstairs of the museum houses the collection. We have a custom art pack on Rocketcraft, and there it is, most of it. That's pretty much all of it there. This is my shrine to Demise. I ended up becoming the champion of Demise for Season 2. I am very proud of that, although there was some really stiff competition, and all in all, it was a great game. So the collection is going to house mob heads and mini blocks. That's another 2 things on this server that we have that are not vanilla Minecraft. And I just like collecting things. So in here in the rotunda, players that wanted to bring their heads over have done so and place them in here. And so yeah, the players for in here, mini blocks over here, mob heads over here. So in the mini block section, it's real dark in here because of RTX, but it's better. Yeah, so just displays. These are the mini blocks that I've collected over the season, along with the mob heads. This little section here is kind of a special section. This is just kind of like memorabilia, keepsakes. You can't see it, but there's actually a portal block right there, which is a weird thing that we were able to do while this season was going on. Okay, we are going to move right along on this tour, and we are going to head this way. Now, this is kind of a property boundary for us here, this little trail that comes down to this bridge. I also I put some bars under the bridge, you know, so invading boats coming up the river couldn't come onto our peaceful little inlet here. But the next place we're going to move into is my industrial district. And so over here we have a cactus farm, and then all of this is my industrial district. So it's centered around a large tradable iron farm. So we've got 20 librarians in here, giving you all the best books that you could hope for. And so you've got this double spawning iron farm. So another guy should pop in any second now, but sometimes it's one, sometimes it's two. So you never know. Hey, look, there's another guy right now. So anyway, it's very good tradable farm, very good iron farm. It is very productive. And then the other big piece of this puzzle is this bone meal generator here. So it is very overpowered and creates a lot of bone meal. And its main job is to fill up a sugarcane machine. It's got 2 chests that it loads. It's got a double hopper set up, so it'll load 2 chests at a time. But then it backs up into profitable bone meal, which can be used to power the glow lichen farm, wheat, really any crop that you want, glowberries, and just other various things. And then the last thing that's in here is our little creeper farm. You can't see it. Again, it's RTX enabled, and it's like a mirror. But there are creeper toes up there, and it's got a little trident killer that we just turn on or off, and it produces pretty well. So, that is pretty much all there is to the industrial farm. My creeper farm isn't as efficient as some others, but the fact that it is just in this, big multiple farming kind of area is what makes it really useful nonetheless. So up next is the most recent thing that I've completed. Some of you may have seen the video. It was a very short video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a cute little video. It's real short. It's only about 4.5 minutes long. It's really just me talking for a couple of minutes and then some montage of swimming with the fishes. And we gotta point out the little baby squid. So I drug all of these squid in here. Nothing spawns in here. No mobs, no fish, no nothing. And yeah, I drug all these squid and glow squid in here, and I was even able to track down a baby squid to pull in. So yeah, super cute. The idea with this aquarium was that there is a viewing room underneath it, and you can go into it and see it like an aquarium in real life. And so we'll quickly go into there and show you that. So you enter through the mouth of the dragon, you snake your way down, and here you have it. Now, we're getting some mirroring and some things like that with this RTX, but I think that this still does look pretty cool. Particularly, you can find this one large flat section, and you can really get like a good view into the aquarium and see the fish swimming around and stuff, and it's just super cute. I'm really proud. If you want to decorate this room, you can download the world and do it yourself. I just could not come up with something to do in there, although I'm sure, given a little bit of time, it wouldn't be too bad. You won't be able to see it, but this is an eternal glow squid. He is invincible. For a short while, you were able to create invincible mobs. And what we ended up doing was creating a bunch of invincible mobs and then dangling them upside down from our nether hub ceiling. I don't know. I think that there's a video somewhere, maybe on DJ Haribo's channel. Check out Rocketcraft's main channel, and I think there's a video of that. It was a good time. This is my library, where you can get pretty much all your books from. I trade them up over there in the iron farm, and then just kind of combine them together to make useful books that are just easy to add to tools and things like that. So you can kind of just pick and choose what you want on your weapons and tools. So you got a tool and weapon basics. So every tool or weapon needs unbreaking 3 and mending. And then you can add efficiency 5 to it if you want. I didn't go ahead and do that because you know, you can do that for a weapon or a tool. So a weapon wouldn't do you any good with efficiency 5 on it. So, you know, you can use that for tools or weapons. And then with armor, all of them should get protection 4, unbreaking 3, and mending. Now, if you want a fire protection, blast, or projectile, boom, there you go. So that is the library. I guess we can show you the downstairs of the library. So this is a nice little trick door here, a combination of a wall block with a fence gate in, or a fence post in between 2 wall blocks, creates an airlock, so to speak. So we can walk right through there, but mobs cannot pathfind through that hole. They have no idea that they can walk through it. Not even a baby turtle will attempt it. The smallest mob in the game can't fit through it. So yeah, again, that's an unfinished section. That's how creativity goes, isn't it? Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. Moving right along, we're going to cross back over the river. Looks like it's going to be getting dark soon, just in time for us to get up to the windmill and sleep, probably. So, moving right along, we have our snow fox habitat over here. This is Mochi and Elvis, spelled Y-L-V-I-S. They are fully kitted out in diamond armor that is fully enchanted, and they are both holding fully enchanted netherite swords with sharpness 5. Knockback and fire aspect. So if you try to punch me near these guys, they're gonna wreck you. Just saying. Like, you don't want this. This is my LA farm, or my sniffer farm that is powered by LAs, but one of them is stupid and keeps flying away. And at this time, I actually do not know where he is, but it is what it is. So, next up, we have our storage silo. In this silo, so I outgrew the storage that was in the barn and needed more. Every chest in there was full, and that's just how it goes. As you gain wealth in Minecraft, you need more storage, so I built this silo, and I built it in such a manner where we can expand it if we want. We can put another floating head above this one, and we'll be able to kind of jump up and down this chain, but from this seat right here, I can access every chest in this room. Not the barrels. The barrels are just decoration. But yeah, every double chest in this room I can access from sitting right here, and all of these workstations. That little smooth stone slab is you know, I can place a shulker box down right there and access it and get things in and out of it, and then I can break it while sitting in the chair. So yeah, it's a neat little design, just the way that I pulled it off to where you can access everything. All right, next up is going to be our windmill. Now, I grabbed this design from YouTube. I cannot remember where it was from. I do believe I mentioned it in the video where I made this windmill. However, I did use quite a bit of creative freedom. I used mud blocks because they were new to the game when I built this, and some other kind of items, these vertical slabs of the stripped spruce wood and things that, you know, some folks don't have. But it was just a nice little spot for a windmill, natural kind of V shape in this ridge here, and thought it would catch a lot of wind. So I thought this was a good place for it. Now the interior is quite small of the windmill, but we'll go ahead and look at it. It's compact, but it's very nice and cute in here. And it does have its own portal. And then last but certainly not least is our new aqueduct structure. Nice fancy waterway that comes out to the river and provides a nice scenic overlook. We'll go down there and check that out now. That is Lobo's base over there. And so from up on our watchtower, you just get a great view out over at Lobo's base, some great scenery, and then down underneath first. So this turtle kept spawning here, and I was like, I bet we could trap him. And that's what we did. So underneath the aqueduct is just kind of some more work type stuff. So a little smelter here. It's super straightforward and easy. And then, everything can be done from right here. Grab your output there, your items to smelt there, fuel goes there. Super, super easy to use. And then we have our cartography area over here. This used to be in the barn, but I decided to make a nice little workstation over here for a cartographer. He's got a little table where he's drawing his new maps. He's got some bottles of ink and things of that nature. And then here is our big map display that shows our base as well as Lobo's, well, most of Lobo's, and the in-between. So, yeah. Little mini blocks. Getting to change these in different directions. This is really nothing. It's just an empty hole. But what I did was I wanted to break up this hillside here. And so the thought is that that's the little cave that they pull their fuel out for smelting over there. So yeah. Guys, that does wrap up the tour. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to kind of pop into spectator mode and fly up and give you guys a bird's eye view of the entire base area while I let the music play. I really want to thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. Season 2 has been amazing for Rocketcraft, and Season 3 is going to be even better, even more action-packed, with more content creation from more people. So I'm really excited for the future, but first we have a couple of things going on that I want to take a moment to tell you about. The big one is going to be the live streaming event coming tomorrow. That's Sunday, August 20th. In America, you will be looking for 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are in Europe, you will be looking for 2 p.m. British Standard Time, GMT, whatever you want to call it. So there is a live streaming event where what we're going to do is we're going to download this world for one final time, and it will be distributed through the Rocketcraft channel in a couple other ways, so stay tuned for that. But an hour after that, we are going to reopen the world back up for Anarchy. All of us who have spent the last year and a half plus building all of this stuff, we're going to go around and blow it all up. So yeah, because the official close of the season is tomorrow morning. So no more building. If you make anything after that final save, it will be lost forever, and most certainly blown up. So don't miss that. That's going to be over on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/nitwitchef, NITWITCHEF. Don't miss that event. The next thing that we'll be doing is a series called 9 Lives. Now, 9 Lives is based on the life series that Grian created, and it's our own version of it, and that is going to be one heck of an event, guys. There are so many people lined up for that, and I'm really excited for it, okay? So make sure that you don't miss that either. We're going to be doing weekly videos of it, so stay tuned for that. But then, of course, once that is over, Season 3 will begin, and I cannot wait to bring you guys along. I've got some big plans. We'll talk about that later. But for now, we're going to do that bird's eye view of my base area and bid you farewell for the last time in Season 2. Thank you so much for coming, guys. And y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.